Hey guys, welcome back to OpenTTD Season 2. Now, the first thing I want to do in this episode is deal with this face here, because that is not something I can deal with. So let's just randomize a bit and find a guy with a brilliant mustache, because you need a mustache to run a corporation like this. There you go. I'll do. We also need to build our headquarters, just because, well, why not? We're a big international company. We need a headquarters somewhere. So let us go ahead and build that right there. Now, of course, it looks a bit shitty at the moment, but we'll get rid of that or improve that soon enough. Now, I want to quickly turn on the building transparency here so we can actually see behind these buildings, because I want to help these guys plan out their roads a bit. I know it's costing us money and such, but the town will grow much more efficiently if we help them. Of course, we can't do much with all this out in the water here. What we can do is maybe do like this, and then hopefully they'll get the hint that they need a bridge. So if we just quickly allow these guys to expand a bit like this, then they're gonna love us forever and ever. There we go. Now we can turn the buildings back on. Now, as you can see, we've been in the game for nearly a year and a half actually already, which is pretty bad. We have a lot of passengers, a lot of mail in this place. We have, I bet you, just as much up here. Pretty much, yeah. So these trains are not gonna run out of stuff to transport goods anytime soon. Like, we actually need a bunch more of them. But we want this town to grow. And as you can see, this Gamescript here is a bit strange, because it doesn't like make a nice list. It just tells all this stuff here. So you can see, I think the last number is the number needed for growth. The middle number, I don't know, maybe how many you've delivered so far this month. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, as you can see, we actually need to deliver food, milk and goods to make this town grow. Now, I don't think they actually have a grocer's shop. So that's gonna make it pretty hard to deliver the milk. The food they will accept, like we can deliver... No, we can't actually deliver food there, what the hell. Then, how about this one up here? Are they any easier to make? These guys, they just want milk and food. Now, they of course also need a bit of assistance with the road system, because they are idiots at planning out the roads as a town. So let us just quickly help them here before they end up breaking their own legs, you know. This also makes it a lot easier for road vehicles and such to get around when the road networks are actually somewhat sensible. There we go. And we can send one down there. Now, these guys need food and milk. We don't have any milk nearby, and we don't have any food nearby because we haven't produced any. So let us find a way to produce some food. We have fruit here. That's, I guess, could go to some sort of... Well, like, it can go to the brewery, of course, but we don't need beer just yet. This one here, there's a grain mill right there, which needs, of course, grain, and then produces food. That's not a food supplier, and neither is this. Nope. Okay, that's a dredging site, not a fishing place. Now that's another option. We can... Like, there are fishing grounds there, but there are no... Oh, there's the fishing harbor. So if we could somehow connect these two to that, and then connect them, this one, to our rail network, then we can deliver fresh fish, or canned fish, or whatever, to everyone. So I think what we're gonna do is actually somehow make a channel through here. An aqueduct, that's not what we want. We just want a canal. But I think we need to lower the terrain. So if we do like this, and maybe this, is that gonna just work out of the box? Yeah, it looks like it. It might be. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so this one here accepts, like we can have a ship coming here. So if we build a nice little ship depot here, and we'll build another one over here. There. So we have a bunch of ships here. Like you can see, we have actually quite a few different ships. These are all, many of these at least are passenger ships. Like this, a paddle steamer. That's very interesting. 800 passengers. Like these guys can carry a lot of stuff. Passengers. Coal can be refitted, all but passengers mail. So this one can actually carry fish. That one can carry fish. That one can also carry fish. Like, how much are these guys producing? That's the question. 72 tons a month and 72 tons a month. So they can actually produce quite a lot. I don't know. I'm like, these are the old ships here, and then we have all these beautiful coastliners here. Like, I don't know if we just want to go for something decently fast, like this one. It's like designed way in the past, 1870, but I guess that's propulsion diesel, reliability 50 years. Yeah, let's go for this one, and we can make it carry fish. So you go there, and you get a full load. And then you go over there. This is not actually... We actually need to make a dock ourselves. Okay. So we built a dock. Do we want to go so we can have the town as well? Yeah, let's just build it there. So then you go there and unload all. Unload and no, leave empty. Okay, that's one ship, and we need another one as well. So if we just clone this one and change the first coordinates here to this one. Remove that. Full load. Go. Now these ships are gonna take a while to load, so that gives us time to actually set up the other part of this. The guys picking up the food from here and then transferring it somewhere else. Now, I kind of want to... I know they're gonna be expensive. We can't even afford to do that. But what I really wanted to do was have a station like here, and then we make it free wired, and then I hold down control right now because we don't have the money to do it. What holding down control does is that it allows you to connect to another station even though they're not like directly connected. Come on, speed up, give me some money. $77,000. Okay, it seems that with we've actually increased the money per trip a bit. And have you made any money? No? Oh wait, yeah, of course, because I deleted the first bit of the job, it went to the second one instead, so he's been wasting some time. Whatever. So what I was saying here is that I want to make a station that's 6 wide, and then I hold down control, or 3 long, 6 long, and then that allows me to then join it up to this station here. So now these two are actually connected. And that allows me to... We can do the usual station connection here, of course. There we go. Now we have a train station here connected directly to the fishing harbor, meaning that this one's connected to this one, so that one's also connected to this one. Meaning that all this food that it's producing will be delivered to the train station. Now we can hook the train station up to this line here, and then if any of these stations accept food, which they don't, of course, but we can hook them up to it. We can still hook them up to the train line, and then we'll use a truck or something to deliver the food to the center of the town. So we just transfer to the station. So that's what we're gonna do, and I think we're gonna hook it up right down here, somewhere along this line. We can possibly even like extend this one a bit, so we make a nice big triangle here, so we can turn both ways. So if you want trains to be able to come this way, there. And then of course we need to be able to connect this one here. I'm just thinking maybe if we extend this one out a bit. If we do this, then we make a slightly larger junction here rather than this bit here. So if we remove this in both ends, then trains by default should go to the other one there. There we go. Now, that this little stunt means that we now have room to actually make a bridge like this, so we can connect this one there. So now we can go from this line here directly into this one, and they can go back again. Now we still can't do the left turn, of course, but that should be a minor issue because we can just repeat this process here. We can't afford. And we now have the maximum loan. Okay, but so far so good. At least we managed to get this bit working here. Now this guy should of course turn left because he's actually heading that way. Yeah. And it seems someone delivered something, so we now have a bit of money again. So these train lines here, I'm just gonna quickly have a look because this one here, of course, we just want to connect to. Like that's the right turn. And then this one here, you come this way and then you want to turn this way in, so you need to get either above or below the train line. Let us go for below because that means we don't have to deal with speed limitations. Like this is not a big issue right now, but it will be in the future, if we ever get to the future. Okay, so now we just quickly do the signals here, so that we can... Basically you need the entrance signal here to the new line, and you need the other signal, so that the trains actually know that they are that there's a free path. I did not want to. Oh, I will. Okay, so now we actually have this junction here functioning pretty well. Now we just need to hook it up to the actual station over here. Now, one of our ships here should have delivered. Yeah, you have. And how much did you make? 16 grand. And there's of course more fish waiting. Now, the reason he's not making a lot of money is because the distance is really short. But I'm actually quite happy about that, because that means he can complete it in a decent amount of time. Something that we had trouble with the ships in the previous game. What I really should have done with those ships was hook them up to a transfer system immediately, and just like taken the oil to the shore and then carried it with carried it via trains to the refinery. Okay, we now have this entire section of train hooked up, so we can both turn left and right, and we can deliver food wherever we want to. Now, I am gonna put a couple of depots here at the junction. We don't have enough trains that this is gonna cause a big traffic jam at the moment, but we will have trouble if the train keeps breaking down on the way. And since this junction is about halfway, it makes sense to put the train depots there. I'm also gonna put a couple of depots over here, because people like to, or trains like to go in depot after they've loaded for some reason. It's not that optimal, but... Okay, so we make a new train here. We don't want to overload it with food vans because they can't really carry an insane amount. And before we decide on where to go, we actually need to make sure that we can deliver the stuff at the end. Like if we put a train station here in the middle, you can see they actually don't accept food. Which is a bit strange. Neither do these. And neither do these. Nobody wants food! They want milk. They have a dairy plant there. So, we just hooked up this entire system for nothing because nobody actually wants food. Now these guys have a petrol station. But do we have anywhere in the world where there is a grocery store then? Type. Builders yards. FG. Grocer's shop. There are a couple of them. There are lots of grocer shops. Why is it that none of these are in towns that we actually use? Like Bruntford should have one. But if we go up to be here, Benton grocer shop, not Bruntford. And up here we have Tottenham and we have Sunborough. And neither of these are on the list either. Actually, Sunborough has a hardware store. I don't know what that looks like. Good building materials, okay. But that doesn't help us because we want the grocer's shop. So, do we have any other towns close by which have a grocer's shop? How about Rennington? Rennington down there does have a grocer's shop. And I get which, or a bet, well, how does the grocery shop actually look? That's that one. No, that's the hardware store. Then where is the grocery shop? Is that one? Yeah, okay. Food, fruit and alcohol. And they, so if we modify our original plan here to actually include this town as well, because then we can get this textile mill here as well. So we just make a brand new station there. And hook this up, of course. Now, money-wise, this is going to be a bit expensive for us. We do have profit, of course, but we're not making a lot of money. And I wonder, the easiest way to hook this one up really would be to go through the farmer's field here, but I'm not sure we can actually afford that. And of course, we'd still need to make a cloverleaf junction up here somewhere. So let's do that first. Yeah, let's make the cloverleaf here. So we have this. I of course aligned that like an absolute noob. There we go. Okay, so the cloverleaf is actually a really simple junction. It works very well. It does involve a bit of slowdown for the trains, but it's in general it's actually a really nice way to hook up two ways. It's really compact. I think that's the main. So you have this structure here where basically trains come in here and they can turn both this way and they can turn this way. And the same goes of course for trains coming off here. This guy can turn out there and these guys can turn this way. So that means we can now extend this one up here. And right through the farm field, which is going to be expensive as all hell. But I don't really see we have any option. So yeah, 34,000 for that. And the same for that. That cost us nearly all our money. Fantastic. So we continue the slight little turn here. The reason I made a cloverleaf here is because we want this station here to be able to hook up to everything in the world. So we need to be able to turn both left and right. Signals. there, and there. And then of course a depot here. Okay, so we don't need to set up the transfer service with the trains, instead we just need to actually make this one full load and unload, no loading. Now, he has to travel a bit further than anticipated, like from there to there, but at least he can unload it immediately. Like these guys want the food. And it also gives us another option of eventually selling wool to this guy. Now the question is, this station does not know, of course, that we want to pick up food, so as soon as this ship arrives, it'll start producing food. I'm just wondering, these guys here, do they have an excessive extra amount of food? They have a bit of extra food, yeah. And for some reason they want passengers out there. Which is actually kind of strange. So this little fishing town here, as it's now termed, because it's a town where I'm actually completely out of money again. This little fishing town here could actually end up providing us some passengers, like if we get an extra boat to pick up passengers from the station here and then take them out to the fishing grounds. I don't think they won't be producing extras, but they do accept the passengers, meaning that we can get rid of them. Alternatively, we can make a passenger route all the way to this little town here. That is another option, like might as well fill in some ships in this little lake here now that we start using it. The food delivery system here, of course, will be needing some balancing, because we need to balance the number of trains coming here with the rate and amount of food being produced by the ships. So you can see 8 tons of fish here gives 5 tons of food. So once this guy starts unloading here, stuff appears next to the station here because it has a bunch of food on it now. Train picks up everything. And I'm gonna tell you to skip to next order now, because you filled up 68% from one ship. But now this facility here knows that we want to pick up food here, so it'll transport the food to it. And I think we're gonna pretty much need a separate or an extra train immediately, because it's gonna take a long time for it to actually get over to the station. So I think pretty much as soon as we can afford it, I'm gonna purchase another train here, and we'll send it on the same route. And we need more mail bags on these trains here. Like that, they need an extra mail carriage at least, because we have excess of mail. So yeah, that's a bit of balancing is in order, balancing of the load. We can just see a ship delivering here. 22,000, and we have food waiting now. So yeah, I think we're gonna call this an episode for now. Until next time, I'm Jerry, and this is Modded OpenTTD. Bye!